Like, you know, sounds real good to me. He's like corny as shit. Like, if you're about to ask me to be your girlfriend, don't. That was already a red flag. Cringe. It only gets worse from here. He did drugs, y'all. He just, like, you know, punched me inside of my head. At the end of the day, you was a man. He's having withdrawals. What the hell do you mean by that? And this is my last time recording this video. Hey y'all, it's your girl Kai and I'm back with another video. Okay, hey y'all, so if you're new here, hey, how you doing? Join us. You'll love it here. I promise. Ask anyone. And if you're loyal, you're returning, you coming back and back like you always do, you know I rock with you, you know I love you. That's first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way. Now, hey y'all, it's been a minute. Not too long, but you know, long enough. We got the bang yang going. Not too much, y'all. I've been fighting with this bang all day. I really don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. Look, I'm tired. Anyways, what am I trying to tell y'all? Oh yeah. Okay, so today's video is gonna be a story time, and it's gonna be a story time about the worst date ever. Not to be confused with the worst date ever, because this one is like more recent, more up to date, and as the dates accumulate, we have more stories to tell, unfortunately. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Last video of I was gonna say the new year, last video of 2022. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for sticking around all year. I really appreciate that so much. Y'all been rocking with me, and I really rock with y'all back, so the love is there. But it's going by so fast. But anyways, let's get right to the video. Okay, but yeah, so today's story time is gonna be about the worst day ever. And yeah, so this took place in September of last year, so it's been a little bit longer than a year since this happened, so I feel like I could tell the story now. At first I didn't want to tell the story just because, like, the person that it happened with, like, we were still in communication a little bit, like, after the incident, like after the date. But after that, I knew they was probably gonna be watching my story, like, you know, checking up on your girl pretty regularly after that, because we had been in cahoots. But y'all, tick tock, the time has come. Also, I'm in my sister's room, so yeah, I'm back home. Anyway, that's why the background a little different. But yeah, so this took place in September of last year, and let me give y'all a little background about the person who I went on a date with. So basically, it was this boy that I went to school with in high school. For reference, I'm currently in my junior year of college. So this happened in my second year, or going, yeah, my freshman, my fall semester of my second year of college. Is when the story took place. So yeah, if you're new here. I knew the boy from high school, like I said, and we met through a mutual friend, basically, because I had a homegirl in high school, and the guy was her boy best friend, or still is. Don't really know the situation, not my business. But so I met him through her. She ended up having like this thing for her birthday, little birthday celebration, lunch, dinner thing, and I went there, and he was there, and I seen him, and I had saw him before, like, you know, in school, like on campus before, like I had seen him, but like, you know, that was like our first time like meeting more formally. And so, you know, like I was like, oh, he was cute, like I thought he was so cute, and you know, he was. So yeah, that was in high school though. So fast forward to last year, I was in a relationship, a long-term relationship. We were like off and on again. So during this time that I got in cahoots with, what we gonna call him? We gonna call him Q, like the letter Q. Nothing to do with his name at all. But so I had got it, but when I had got in cahoots with Q, I was, me and my on again off again boyfriend, we were off because we had broke up. So I was like, you know what, let me entertain it. I don't know who sent the first message of what, but I do know that we had each other on social media, and we also had each other on each other's spam page. If you don't know what a spam page is, it's kind of like a, like, you know, like you got your main Instagram, your main feed, the stuff that you post is like, oh, excuse me, the stuff that you post is like more serious, more like, you know, for real. Then like our spam page was just like the page you post bullshit on, basically. So we had each other on our spam pages back then because I actually still use mine, and so did he. And so I don't know who reacted to whose thing first, but like that sparked up a conversation in the DMs, and then we ended up getting each other numbers. If I had messages, like I said, I'll put them in here. But yeah, so we started talking, chatting it up or whatever, got each other numbers, exchanged numbers, and then we was like FaceTiming, texting, talking on the phone. He'll call me when he on break at work, right? Cool. So we getting acquainted with each other. Mind y'all, it's like, how long was this? This was like a month and a half, something like that, somewhere around there, that we was like talking to each other. But like I said, I already knew him. So he gets the bright idea to okay, so yeah, we went on a date in September, but I think we started talking in August, because I think that's when me and my boyfriend at the time had broke up. So yeah, anyway, so he had the bright idea. He was like, I want to take you out, let's take you on a date, and I'm like, oh, you gonna take me on a date? Because, you know, niggas don't be offering dates no more. You know, like, chivalry is dead as hell. I mean, it's not dead. Chivalry is rare though, because, like, you know, nowadays niggas just want to chill, whatever the fuck that means. But when he was like, he want to take me on a date, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, I felt even more like, you know, moved by it, because he lived out of state. So like I said, we both like met each other like from school, but after school, like he graduated and all that, he moved out of state for work, so he wasn't no longer in the state. So I'm like, oh, you want to take me on a date and you out of state? Like, how we gonna do this? Like, you gonna fly me out? You gonna fly me out? You coming in town? Like, what's going on? Like, let me know. So he was like, he was already gonna be in town for his best friend's, which was my homegirl from high school. He was like, he was already gonna be in town celebrating her birthday with her. Like, she was doing like a birthday thing. He was gonna, you know, go out there and show his face, you know, support his best friend, whatever. And then he was like, then I'll take you on a date. So he like planned a date out. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, you know, sounds good to me. Like, you know, sounds real good to me. Mind y'all, I'm saying it sounds good and everything because it did sound good, because, like, you know, I want to go on a date. Like, you know, why not? Like, why the hell not? But the only thing was, like, the only concern that I had at the time was just like our compatibility, like in person and like having conversation, because he's like corny as shit. Like, he's corny as hell. There's no other way to say it. The nigga's on the cob. Point blank period. It's very simple, not complicated at all. He's like super corny, and like it was some other stuff, but like we're gonna get into that later, so I'm not even gonna say it right now. But y'all just know, like, all signs pointed to but we'll see then. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, so he was coming in town for his birthday, yeah, so he planned it. So the way it happened was he came into town, and then he came to my house at my college town. So if you're new here, I live in my college town, which is still in my same state, but my hometown is like an hour away in a different city. So he came to my college town. He came down here. He came to my house. We chilled, laid up, that kind of thing. And then the plan was he was going to come, spend the night, and then that next day he was going to take both of us back to our hometown and go with his best friend, you know, do all that kind of stuff. And then that next day we were going to go and have our little date. Now, the reason he came to me just to go back to the hometown was because I don't have a car, so I wasn't going to be able to drive back to my hometown. So he was like, he just gonna come here and then pick me up and take me back to hometown, because where we're going for our date was an hour away, like in a different city too, but it was in the opposite direction from my hometown. So it just made more sense for him to come get me. basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so he came in town. He came to my house. We saw each other. He chilled, that kind of thing. I'm not gonna get into too much details, but y'all, I don't want to get into too much details. He came and he left. We left. So we got to my hometown. He wanted to go do his thing with his best friend or whatever. I was home. I had already packed my bags before I left my college town because that's where my clothes at. So we get back to the hometown. He does his thing. The next morning, he comes to pick me up from my house. So he comes pick me up. I bring my stuff outside, you know, and I got some videos, y'all. Oh my God, I have videos from this. I think I still have them. I'm not sure, but they should be in here. If I got them, I'm putting them in here. But y'all, so everything was good. Like like I said, we were going to another city that was like an hour away from our hometown. But I didn't have a problem with it because, like I said, I was already getting acquainted with him for like a month and some change, and then like a month-ish, and then what else happened? Oh, and I already like knew of him prior to us, you know, getting acquainted with each other on the phone and stuff. So I was like, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't think it was too crazy of an idea. So I went. So we get to the beach, like the beach town place, which is like the place we were going, and he got a hotel and everything. So he got a hotel. He like, we pull up, he goes to the hotel, he goes to like check in, all that kind of stuff. I stay in the car. He gets done, he comes back out, and then we take our bags up to the room, we check in, and we like chill in the room a little bit until it's time to go and, like, you know, go out and do date things. So we in a hotel, y'all. My period comes on all out the blue, y'all. Was it out the blue? I think it was out the blue because I wouldn't knew my period was coming on. And I had on some light shorts, some light like coochie cutters, like light wash jean coochie cutters. I would have not wore that if I knew my period was coming on. So my period came on out of nowhere. That was already a red flag, the reddest of red, because it's actually red. But y'all, not to get too much detail, but it was a no. So shower, got ready, left. We went to like this pier, like the little, you know, dock. I don't want to say like it wasn't too many boats out there, but like it was like the little tourist area around the beach, basically. So we went out there. People was playing music. It was like live music out there. It was like food trucks, like, you know, nice little walk around, parlay, see what's going on, what the people doing, and I was fine with that because it was like dark outside, and that's just what we was doing. So like we got something from the food truck, we sat on the side of the road, we ate. Everything was going good, y'all. Like everything was going good. It was no problem. The problem is coming though. Like I know y'all like, it just sounds like a good day. Like what you mean? No, y'all, it only gets worse from here. So like I said, we was by the beach. So we go to the actual beach. So we walk down like the little steps that they have that lead to the beach. We go to the beach, take our shoes off, we walking, y'all. Walking. One thing I did not mention earlier was that though we've been talking for like a month-ish, he was like head over heels, y'all. Like scarily fast. He was like liking me, which I know, I get it. Like people fall in love in 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, 3 seconds. I understand that, but like don't love bomb me. I'm just not that one. Like don't love bomb me. That I don't respond well to that. So he was like love bombing me without saying I love you. He was just like, you know, clingy as he could be, and like that kind of stuff over the phone before we even like got face to face and went to the date. So like I'm like, okay, he's corny, he's love bombing me, but I'm like, you know what, I can't blame him. I mean, look at the material. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I understand. So we're on the beach, y'all. It's like the perfect romantic setting, like we're in a movie, as if you were with your man, and like y'all walking on the beach and y'all about to, you know, he about to like profess his love for you. Like it was just the perfect setting to do so. However, I was not with my man at all. So that's not what I wanted to happen at all. So We're walking on the beach, y'all. Like I said, it's already dark outside. The moon is mooning and shining and whatnot. The waves are crashing ever so softly on the beach. We're walking twiddling toes in the sand, that kind of thing. We walking, y'all. He like started talking like a little bit, and I could just tell like when he was saying was about to lead up to something mushy and gushy that I just did not want to hear. Y'all, he said something like, I've been wanting to tell you this for a while, or like, I want to say this or something like that. And he was like complimenting me, which like wasn't out of the ordinary for him. And like, he just always really like, oh, you're so pretty, like you're so beautiful, da da da. Like part of his like love bombing thing was just like showering me in compliments like a lot, which a little compliment goes a long way. You don't gotta do too much, because now it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself at this point. But so, we're on the beach. He's like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like, you're so da-da-da. Like, this just feels so magical. Like, da-da-da, all this stuff. And I'm just like, ugh, did he just say this feels magical? Cringe. I know, y'all. I know. I don't make no sense. Like, I know. But, so, he was saying all that, like, the little intro to whatever he was about to say. And I said, if you're about to ask me to be your girlfriend, don't. I said it just like that, y'all. Just like that. I shit you not. I kid you not. I said it just like that. I said, if you're about to ask me to be a girlfriend, don't. And I like chuckled afterwards, like, try to ease the tension. But he was like, damn, all right. So that kind of put a dent in the night. But like, let's be so for real right now, y'all. I just got out of a relationship with my long-term on again, off again boyfriend. Do I look like I'm about to be with you, Mr. Cobb? No, I'm not. But not only that, y'all, but like I didn't give him like an inkling of like I want to be with you. Like I don't think I did that. But like we were FaceTiming and stuff like this. Like, we talked every day. But like it didn't get that in my head. And like, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out the bag because it's coming up later anyways. But y'all, we have been talking like about certain stuff with, okay, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, I told him like, don't ask me your girlfriend, like basically like she's about to ask me. Nah, he was like, damn, all right. So I knew that's what he was about to ask me, which I'm glad he didn't, because the answer would have been no anyway. And I didn't want to have to tell him no. So I told him, if you're about to ask me that, which I don't know what you're about to ask me, you could be trying to ask me or tell me something. It could be anything, I don't know. But in case you are about to ask that specific thing right there, I want you to not do that. That right there, we're not doing that. So when I said that, he was like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to be mean or anything. Like I'm trying to like talk to him, like talk him through it, like the emotions, so he don't get sad or whatever. Cause hell, I'm out of town with you, babe. Like we're gonna have to perk up. Sorry. So I'm like, it's not like that, but like like whatever I'm saying. And he was like, why though? And I'm like, well, I'm like, I gave him like a list. I think I gave him 3 specific things I told him he needed to work on before we could be in a relationship, or like for me to even consider it. But y'all, the 3 things consisted of, 1, he was childish as shit. Like I said, he's corny. Okay, we can do corn. Grown corn is still like, corn, but it's grown. Like at least you're a grown person. But like you're childish. Sorry, I can't look past it. I already can't look past the corn for real. Let me be honest with you. Because every chance I got, I told this man he was corny as hell. Because I'm not about to sit here and sugarcoat it for you. I can't do that. Sorry. Another thing, y'all, I don't remember what the third thing was, but I just know the second thing, which was the most important thing, was that he had to stop doing drugs, y'all. I know they're like, oh, he does drugs. Like, everybody does drugs. It's 2022. No, girl, I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm not talking about nicotine. I'm not talking about no THC. I'm not talking about the regular stuff. He did drugs, babe. He did drugs, y'all. Like, I could not handle that. I'm sorry. Like, I fully support and stand by my my people who, Mary Janers. I rock with it. Like, I ain't see no problem with it. A little, don't get too addicted to it. But, like, I'm team, But like, once you start talking about pills and other stuff, it's just like, no, you're delving too deeply into the realm of substances that I don't want to, that rabbit hole I don't want to explore. I'm sorry. So y'all, this is important because it also affected our date. So once we're walking on the beach, I'm telling him like, you know, these 3 things, da da da. He's like, okay, so if I do this, this, and this, then you'll be my girlfriend, da da, or da da da. I'm like, maybe. Shit, maybe, I don't know. Hell, I'm not a fortune teller. I can't tell the future. I don't know what's gonna happen. Stink a link. Knowing damn well I don't want that man. But you know, I'm not trying to put a dent in the night. And also, I don't want to piss him off and he get mad and he just like, you know, punch me inside of my head. Now I'm laid out on the beach in the dark in the city that I'm not even from. No, look, let's not go too far with it. And then on top of that, y'all, I'm saying, like, when I told y'all, I told him like, don't ask me to be your girlfriend. Like, y'all, I was always so blunt with this man, straight to the point that like so honest and blunt that I didn't try to sugarcoat nothing or like soften my delivery ever. So like, I didn't want that to be the breaking point of me being like, don't ask me, if you're about to ask me to be your girlfriend, fucking don't. And then he's like, why? And I'm like, because you're a fucking crackhead. And then he's like, bitch, like I didn't want that to be the last straw. And then now I'm all like, you know, I'm all bent out of shape because I've been, you know, giving it to him raw and uncut this whole time that we've been in cahoots with each other. So yeah, he was like, okay, so all I gotta do is this and then we good. And I'm like, shit, we'll have to see. I don't know. I'll have to see it. I don't believe nothing. Like, you could tell me you're doing it all day. I don't believe what you say. At the end of the day, you was a man. I have to see it. Sorry. So that was that kind of lightened the mood a little bit. Like, he wasn't too down to those because I guess he felt like he had like a goal he could work towards to get what he wanted. So it wasn't like it was all like all hopes are going all like, you know, canceled out. So yeah, after that I'm like, oh, we want to race or something like that, like, you know, like because we're on the beach, like, you know, let's go ahead and like, you know, let's get past this conversation right here. I want to scoot this out the way and like, let's get back to fun stuff so I can go home, because honestly at this point I'm about ready to pack it the fuck up. So we like break on the beach or whatever, da da da. We end up going back to the hotel, y'all. We get back to the hotel. I don't remember like the time from us going to the place and getting back to the hotel, like in between time, like what happened then. But y'all, I know once we got to the hotel, this man's stomach was hurting so bad, right? He was like, stomach was hurting. So I'm like, you know, that's natural. You're a human. You know, if you got to get on that pot, you got to get on that pot. So I'm thinking it's like, you know, a little bubble guts, like, you know, you got to go hit the toilet. You know, that's your business. So I'm like, you know, oh, like, are you okay? Like, do you need this? You need that? Because he's like in agony. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, nah, like, my stomach hurt. Like, he kept saying it. Like, he wasn't like folding over in pain, but I could tell that he was like really in pain because he kept like pacing and he kept just like doing like this to his hat and like his head. And then he was like, my stomach, like, he kept saying my stomach hurt. So I'm like, just go take a shit, man. Like what are we waiting on? Like, what's going on right now? Are you embarrassed? Like, what's going on? Like, just go handle your business, because this right here is not going to work. Like, you keep telling me like what I'm supposed to do. So he was like, nah, like his stomach was hurting. I think he did go to the bathroom, then he came back out and he was like, his stomach was still hurting. He like laid down. Y'all, why this man talking about his stomach hurting? Because he's having withdrawals. What do you mean by that? What the hell do you mean by that? Withdrawals? What? I'm like, you're still having withdrawals? Like, didn't you stop doing it? Because y'all, I already knew he was doing drugs before we went on the date. Like, I wasn't this wasn't nothing new to me. I knew what I was getting myself into, y'all, because we had been talking on the phone. So he already told me like, oh, you know, about his past and all that stuff, and that he was and that he had done some, like, you know, fairly recently, but he was like, he was gonna stop, and like, you know, he had been stopping, or he had stopped recently, and so like he was gonna keep up the good work basically. So when we're in this hotel room, I'm thinking it's like a couple weeks since you done stopped with that shit, and you get in here, you folding over in the pain, talking about I'm going through withdrawals. I said, still? Like, how long has it been? He was like, he said something like he ended up doing some more or something before, like, you know, he broke basically his streak. And you ain't fucking think about that before you brought me out here. You want to be having withdrawals and shit? And I'm not a doctor or nurse or nothing like that. I'm in school for criminal justice and psychology. Babe, I can tell you a narcissist from a mile away, but I can't do shit about these withdrawal symptoms. I'm sorry. Like, what in the world? What in your right mind made you think, oh, let me get my fix, you know, boom, then I'm gonna go cold turkey before I come out of town, states away, take this girl out of town and take her on this little date, you know, and then I'm gonna go through withdrawals. If that was the case, you should have just took one of them bitches this morning. Hell, I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, don't come out here and start having withdrawals. Now you all miserable and the night is young and we have to cut the day short because you want to go through withdrawals when you could have just, you know, popped you one or two or a few or however that works. I don't know what you was taking, what you was doing. Apparently you're a liar. So, cause I thought you was done with that. So you couldn't just take one more for the team, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not condoning no drug usage, y'all. Well, let me say that. I should say that first. I'm not condoning nothing that I went through or that anybody else went through in this story. I'm not condoning any of these behaviors. I'm just saying, don't put me in this position. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put me in this position. So, that ended, went to sleep, woke up. He was like, something was feeling better when he woke up. And I'm like, okay. Went back home. That was that. I think I ended up telling him, like, you know, afterwards, like, we had still talked, like, you know, even after that, like, we were still in communication with each other. And then, like, I told him, I don't know what I told him for us to, like, stop talking for real. But I think it was more so along the lines of, like I told you, I was always, like, really honest with him. So maybe I told him about my ex, or I could have told him that I didn't really like him like that. But, like, I did tell him I liked him. Like, you know, like, as a person, I did tell him, I liked you. Like, you're, like, you know, you're cool. Like, he was really sweet. And he was, did the whole date thing, like, really romantic and all that. But, like, and he was just corny and it was some other stuff. But, y'all, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you watch this video, yeah, I hope y'all enjoy, you know, try to end the year off right with another video for y'all. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna get that first video of 2023 out to y'all probably on, like, the first day of 2023. So I'm already forming it, what it's gonna be in my head, y'all. So make sure y'all tune in for that video, which will be coming up, like, in a couple days, few, you know, days. And yeah, I love y'all, period. I really don't like my hair today, not right now.